My name's Aaron Holland. I own and operate a comic shop. I started it years ago, like 6 years or more ago, and just always loved comics. And when the opportunity happened for me to have my own shop, I jumped at it. So it's been awesome. I met Mike Pandel back when I worked at another store. So it was back like 2004. My phone rang at like 1 in the morning on a Sunday. I think it was the 28th of January, and it was Cappy, Mike's roommate, who also helps out at the store every Tuesday morning. And I just knew it was Mike from when the phone rang. You know, I just knew it was him. And said Mike got hit by a car on his bike, and he's in critical condition. Mike and I, we had a great chemistry. We had a great rapport. You know, I would say we were best friends, but you know, it was just like what he meant to me, what we meant to each other. We were just always, you know, if it was either, you know, it wasn't always fun and games. You know, sometimes it was shits and giggles, but rarely was it ever like serious, like, you know, what we meant to each other. And you know, I'd look back on my phone and say like, oh, he's the guy that I text the most.
Hey fam, it's me, Aaron.
Triforce Mike.
And this is the comic show.
He had something about him where he just went there. He just always went for the crazy stuff. And he was like the Pied Piper, man. Like everybody wanted to be around him and everyone wanted to be him, it seemed to me. Like people had a great time with him, and he took a lot of risks. He was kind of a daredevil on that bike. He was a daredevil in life. And you know, we all knew that he drank, and who knows if he was intoxicated and that's what, you know, caused him to pull out into the road when he shouldn't have. He got hit at Hanging Moss and Cimarron, which is very close to the store. He just went for it, and the car that hit him called the cops, and another car that saw it stopped and said that Mike had the red light, and both people said he had the red light, and he just got hit.
Triforce Mike.
And we had an insane week last week. Everyone that was a friend of Mike seems to have built a closer bond with his death, because everyone has similar stories and similar regrets. We published his comic, we did a t-shirt, we sold his comic at the big convention. We did a tribute for him, and you know, when we had that tribute and we had like 400 people come out with like 2 days notice to eulogize him, it's just like they didn't come out here because he was a good clerk or a good comic shop employee. He was a good, you know, comic salesman. He was, and he did connect them with comics they loved, but he broke the ice with people. He made people feel important. He made people feel like, you know, that he cared about him. He just, you know, wanted to have a good time with him.
This is the day before San Diego Comic-Con. I am
People
so
that were
excited
at
for
his
San Diego
house that
Comic-Con.
time when he left that
I'm making
night,
pancakes
they told him like, hey, you've been drinking, you shouldn't ride your bike, we'll drive you, whatever. And he said, you know, if I drive my van drunk, I'll hurt someone else. If I ride my bike drunk, I'm only going to hurt myself, and I'm okay with that. You know, that just haunts you. And it haunted them because he got on his bike and died, and everything just seems like he just got impatient, and that was it. That was all that it took. He always wore a helmet. He always had lights on his bike, but helmet doesn't protect, you know, your neck from, you know, snapping. I hadn't really dealt with the fact that I was really busted up inside, and so I would come here late at night because I live very close to here and just drink and throw up, and it was a mess. And it's just like there's no getting around him in my life. Like we built this together. There's no like other people could have a tragedy in their life and they could go to work and focus on work. Well, my work, everything about it reminds me of him. Everything about it was something that I created with him, or I enjoyed with him, or new stuff happens and I'm just like, oh, I want to tell him about it. There was like a time where I wanted to text him like so often. It was like, I don't know, some type of reverse deja vu. You know, I'm mad at myself for basically enabling him to kind of, I don't know, work later in the day so he could drink at night and come in after his hangover. You know, I'm angry at myself for not connecting with him more, not trying to really help him more. Angry at him for being so reckless. You know, I'm angry, like I haven't forgiven myself. I haven't really dealt with, you know, being upset with him for not realizing how many people cared about him, how many people loved that guy. The most joy that ever came out of this place was with him. Then when I really looked back on it, I thought, this guy helped me create this place from day one, from its inception, from before it even started. He was my sidekick. He backed me up. He enriched every idea I had. And it's like I never really sat down and thanked him for all that. I should have made him really feel valued. Like maybe if he felt a lot more valued, maybe he would have not have taken so many crazy risks with his life. I don't know. This store was our Green Lantern ring, and whatever constructs we felt like coming up with, we could. The impact he had on these people, that everyone remembered him. No one could interact with him and not remember the dude, or remember his name, or remember who that guy was. He was freaking larger than life. The best years of life were here, and it's nice to see that those years meant something to the greater community. I think happiness will come from some closure of what we were setting out to do, because I think what we were setting out to do was amazing.